welcome you to the first week of English 101 online college writing. I've created a video for you so that I can go over the things that are going to be expected of you this week so that I can help the people who have a learning style that's a little bit more attuned to listening and interpersonal style. You'll learn a little bit more about learning styles in one of the assignments that you're going to do this week. So first of all, I'll introduce myself. My name is Sarah Flowers. I'm going to be your instructor for the entire semester. I'm new to the college, but I'm not new to teaching this class. So bear with me while I learn the Moodle system and while I get to know the nursing profession, because that is going to be a new aspect for me. Some of the things that you're going to need to do for this first week of class is to read the syllabus. The syllabus is a document that is fairly lengthy, but it has all of the information about everything that you're going to need to know in order to be successful in this course. So please read that. The second thing that you're going to be asked to do for this course is a discussion board, and it is a test. The question on that is, what color is Sarah's kayak? You will read that in the syllabus, so go ahead and give that a read and you should be able to answer that question. For that discussion board, there's two things that I'm going to ask you to do. First, to answer the question. And secondly, also to ask questions. If there is something in the syllabus that doesn't make sense to you, or that you would like some clarification on, please use that opportunity to ask. I will be watching the discussion board throughout the week, and anytime a question pops up, I will make sure that I answer it promptly. While I do encourage people to give me a call, an email, or to ask to see me if they have questions, I'm going to encourage that we post questions in public discussion formats in the class, because you might not be the only person who has that question. So let your classmates benefit from the answers as well. The next thing that I would like you to do for this class is I'd like you to introduce yourself. There is another discussion board that is listed in our week 1 materials, and I've already gotten us started by putting my own introduction in there. So I'd like to know a little bit about you, and I'd like you to introduce yourself to each other. There's a chance that some of you already know each other, but I don't know any of you, so it would be lovely to be able to hear a little bit about who you are, and if you have the ability to load a photo of yourself in your profile, it would be really nice to be able to see each other's faces too. So grab your favorite picture of yourself off from Facebook. I think most of us have a Facebook page, and go ahead and stick it on there so that we can see each other as we work together. The next thing that I'd like you to do for this week's materials is to take the VARK questionnaire. VARK stands for Visual, Oral, Reading and Writing, and Kinesthetic. Those are the 4 learning styles that you will be tested on by taking this questionnaire. It's only 16 questions long. It shouldn't take you very long to complete it. And there will be an assignment that is attached to the completion. The thing that you will do with your responses is to write a little bit about yourself. Take the results of that questionnaire, and I'd like you to write about a 350-word response to the results that you received. And there are more details about what I'd like you to address in that response written right on the instructions of the discussion board. This is a very informal piece of writing. This is not an essay. Granted, the length is a little bit longer than a simple discussion board post, but I would like you to treat this as an essay and practice some of your essaying skills, but know that this is very informal. It does not have to be written in a Word document, and it doesn't have to be attached. You can put it right in the dialog box of the discussion board. Other things that I would like you to do this week is to take a look at some of the materials that I've posted for you to look at. These are in preparation for some of the things that you will be asked to do this semester. I would like you to look at the example of a final portfolio. This is something that will be due from you at the end of the semester, so it's really good for you to have a look at what one looks like. So as you're working on it, you have an end game in mind. The other thing I want you to take a look at is the essay rubric. This is a matrix of descriptors that let you know exactly what a final essay should look like. It's broken down into sections, and it's given 1 through 4 on the ratings for where you would fall on that. So if you have any questions about the rubric and what an essay should look like, please feel free to ask and post those to the discussion board. The last thing that I would like you to do, a lot of you have already noticed that I sent an invitation for you to join something called Remind. That is a way for me to send messages to everybody all at the same time in text message format instead of trying to text message each person individually. It's a very quick system for me. I will use that to give assignment updates, and I will use that to give reminders that things are due or that events are going to be happening. I highly recommend that you use this because in the past, when I've had students who opted not to use this system, they did miss some pretty important feedback. The most common way that I have used this system is that if somebody has a question about an assignment and it would be very challenging for me to send an email to everybody and be sure that you got the information in a very quick fashion, I've learned that text messaging is a really excellent way to get a hold of everybody because everybody seems to have their phone right in their pocket more times than not. So everybody should register themselves for this system, and if you're having trouble with that, please let me know. I'm happy to walk you through that, but the attachment that's right on your week 1 materials, I think it says right on there, remind instructions. That's really straightforward. So download that, take a look, and I think you should be able to figure it out. So as far as contacting me, if you have questions, I really would like you to post your questions to the discussion board because I want the opportunity to answer that in a public way so that everybody benefits from the answer. However, you should know that if you need to get in touch with me, the best way to get in touch with me is to text me. I text message at all hours of the day, and that is the best way to get a hold of me rather quickly. The second, and I recommend texting me. If you need to hear from me within an hour, text message me. If you need to hear from me sometime before the day is over, email me because I check email very regularly also. Phone calls are not going to be the best way to get a hold of me because I'm rarely in the same place for very long. And if you need to call me on my cell phone number that I have put in the syllabus, I highly recommend sending me a text message first to make sure that I'm available, and I will either call you back or I'll let you know, yes, this is a good time to call. So number 1 way to get a hold of me, text me. Second, email. Third, phone call, but check to see if I'm available before you make that phone call. So all of these things that are required of you for this first week, I'll go over them, pretty quickly. To let you know the due dates, I would like to see most of these things done by Friday at midnight because I will plan to review things that you post by on Saturday. The things that you should do by Friday at midnight is to read the syllabus, answer the question about what color is my kayak, ask questions about the syllabus if you have any, introduce yourself on the discussion board, complete the VARC questionnaire, look at the examples of a portfolio, and to read the essay rubric, and also to make sure that you are fully enrolled with the Remind notifications system. By Sunday at midnight, I would like to see your posting about what is your learning style and 350 words approximately about your reaction to the results that you received and some answers to the questions that you will find in the instructions. And I would also like you to respond to other people's introductions. Find something that you have in common with somebody. Say hello to them. Welcome them to the class. Find some way to engage with each other and try to do that by Sunday night as well. So if anybody has any questions, please post to that discussion board. But if you have something of a more personal nature, feel free to reach out to me directly. And hopefully we will have a fabulous semester. Thank you, everybody.